Welcome back to We Got Goosebumps, a podcast dedicated to landmark horror series for children, written by R.L. Stine in the 90s. I'm a ruthless scientist in desperate need of that jungle magic. Dylan.
And I'm your garden variety plant enthusiast, and I'll kill your fucking dog. I'm Travis. How's it going, man?
You know what's funny? I can read the script. I heard you read that, and I was like, "What is that?" I didn't parse together, and then I remembered which story. I might have to change my ranking again because I forgot how hilarious that story was.
Oh, the Gnome Dads were hate-filled.
Oh man, I might have to. Oh shoot, where's my list?
Gnome Dads were on one, dude.
Oh no, I have. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Today we're recapping season 4 of the podcast and ranking each book, listing our 3 favorite Tim Jacobus covers, and at the end we'll watch and review the episode of The Barking Ghost from the Goosebumps TV show that's also from the 90s.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
The Barking Ghost.
I cannot wait. Because typically in the past we've watched tried to watch an episode of a book we liked, but there was nothing that I've salivated over for longer than when we decided we were going to watch The Barking Ghost for this episode. I haven't stopped thinking about it.
Who decided The Barking Ghost was needed to be made as an episode? Oh man.
The best
You
part
know what?
is that
We're going to be talking about that one.
It's going to have no special effects. It's literally just going to be dogs barking. And I really want to see how they do the dogs dragging the kids to the
Have
shed.
you ever seen that clip of, I don't know if it's from a movie or a TV show, or it's got to be some 80s something like, "My dad's a dog!" exclamation point. And it's a scene of like this man, or first it starts off as an English sheepdog that then turns into clearly a man in an English sheepdog costume who punches another man in the face and then runs out the door.
That's like a kaiju movie.
And I'm hoping that's what we're going to see here is like people in obvious dog costumes on their hind legs.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Or real dogs awkwardly being manipulated on their hind legs.
I'll take either. Whatever they got. Whatever they've got. What do you think we should do for? I mean, in the spirit of the show, we usually get to the cover before the plot. Should we do the covers first here?
Yeah, let's do the covers. Let's do the goddamn covers.
All right.
Fucking covers.
Looking through the covers.
I hate
here.
the cover discussion.
Yeah, everybody does. Well, in the covers, just to briefly run through what we got. We got a dummy on a bed in Night of the Living Dummy 2. We got just a dog and the Barking Ghost. We got Creepy Barney on the cover of Horror of Camp Jelly Jam. We got a couple gnomes, neither one of them picking their nose on Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. Shocker on Shock Street, we got the big metal praying mantis hovering off the ground in the street. Haunted Mask 2, we've got the old green mask worn by, was it Steve Boswell? Headless Ghost, we just have a proper Headless Ghost child on the steps. Abominable Snowman of Pasadena, we do have a Yeti ripping a light pole out of its pole socket. How I Got My Shrunken Head, a shrunken head on the dresser with various other teen boy accoutrement. And then Night of the Living Dummy 3, we got the whole cast of dummies looking all mean on the couches and the chairs in the attic. So,
but they all do look like they're potentially related to Slappy.
Yeah, they do.
All have Slappy faces.
Yeah, they do. They all remind me of that one. Who's that politician that was a comedian, and he resigned? He was on SNL. They all kind of have that look.
That politician, Gary Hart?
No, it'll come to me later. But SNL. In the meantime,
Al Franken.
Al Franken. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they kind of have an Al Franken vibe to them. What's your third favorite Jacobus cover from season 4 of We Got Goosebumps?
I'm going to say The Abominable Snowman of Pasadena is my number 3. Because no matter what I might think of the interior of that book, the cover is probably the one, for whatever reason, I mean, not for whatever reason. An abominable snowman ripping up a lamp pole has stuck in my head ever since I was a kid.
Mm.
And it's just probably the most striking cover this season. Because this season's covers were all very solid. Everything was very solid this season, but there wasn't a lot of like standout knockouts for me in terms of covers or in stories. And so like, but for me, like Pasadena is like a very big, bold cover, and I like it for that a lot, actually.
I do like the snowman's goofy face. It has a lot of, it just has a lot going for it. Kind of reminds me of like World of Warcraft ogre or something.
Yeah.
It goes hard. I like it. No, I could see that. That one's definitely on the upper end of my list. I couldn't get away from, every time I would scroll through these, I think A Shocker on Shock Street still sticks out to me. It had such an allure. I don't know, too, maybe the title has something to do with it. But I was always curious if this particular book would be about giant insects walking around on the streets. And I thought that would be cool because you know that part in the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids when they're little and they make friends with the ant and all the big. I always thought that was amazing. And there's that video game like Grounded that I wanted to play, but I heard it wasn't very good. But I wanted to play that because of that.
There's a sequel out now.
Oh, good. This book didn't end up being that, but this cover always made me think that that's what it was. And so, no fault of R.L. Stine, Tim Jacobus was sowing seeds in my imagination with this cover, and I still like it. So A Shocker on Shock Street is my number 3.
All right, so my number 2 is kind of... I just like how it kind of follows up on an original cover premise. Because the first Haunted Mask had Carly Beth, like, either trying to take the mask off of her face or whatever. The second one, the Haunted Mask 2, specifically, has Steve wearing his old man mask as he's coming up to the door, and it even looks like someone's looking through the door, the peephole in the door.
Yeah.
Like the fisheye thing that Jacobus seems to like to use randomly.
Right, like Cuckoo
really
Clock of
works
Doom.
here as being like a really working well, and it just really works well for me as a cover. As more of this turned out to be a comedy versus like the original Haunted Mask was like spooky. Haunted Mask 2 was a goofier one, but I like that cover a lot. I think it actually does a good job combining a lot of really cool elements. The Jack-o'-lantern's nice too.
Also appreciate, I feel like the shoes and the pants remind me of Monster Blood 3, where he's really big. So I wonder if once again Tim Jacobus modeled himself, took a picture of himself from above, and
he seems like a Keds guy.
Yeah,
or Converse's. All Stars.
Good choice. My number 2 is going to be, and I've surprised myself with how this turned out because I feel like I didn't have the same sentiment when we did the episodes proper, but hindsight and all that. My number 2, I think I'm going to go with the horror at Camp Jelly Jam. I think Barney there, the unsettling look is great. I love the background, like the orange sky, and because this whole area had like a mystical, weird quality to it, and it felt like it was detached from Earth, like they went through a portal to another place when they ended up here. And it kind of gives me that vibe. And I also like the little camp houses in the back because they're simple and they kind of have a creepiness factor on their own. They look like old abandoned type buildings. I don't know.
Yeah.
It gives me another source of dread. Plus, the place is not kept up at all. Look at all the high grass. So, I don't know. It has an eerie feel to it.
How many snakes could be hiding in that high grass?
Exactly. A little worried about it. But it gives me the creepies on a number of fronts. I like it.
I like it a lot, actually. That one, I never liked that much as a kid. And until we read it and talked about it, I didn't like the cover until after we talked about the book. And it made me appreciate the cover more as creepy, especially when like Gary takes the baseball to the chest and like, I forget the name of the main character, Kathy or Caddy. I think it was a K for some reason. And she's just like, no, she hits him in the chest with a bat. She's doing a practice swing. And And she says it makes like a sickening crunch sound, and he's just like, "Oh, don't worry, Kathy, only the best."
That's right. Yeah, she like swings the bat, cracks him right in the ribs, dude.
And also seeing the Tim Jacobus modeling photo made me really like that.
Oh yeah,
That's a good number 2.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. All right, so we're on to your number 1, I believe. Right?
All right, so my number 1 is from Japan.
Okay, going off the path here.
I always go off the. I mean, if I'm gonna do Tim Jacobus, it would be How I Got My Shrunken Head, because it's an amazing.
I didn't see that coming.
Shrunken head, but no, yes.
I think I know which one you're talking
Here,
about.
I'm just sending you the.
I think I know which one it's gonna be. Yep, that's the one I thought. Yep.
So the one I picked is the Japanese cover for the Headless Ghost, which has just a straight up pirate ghost on the front cover holding a human head in its ghostly hands. And it's great. I'm also in the middle playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag, so pirates are really my thing right now. So that really helps.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just an awesome one from the international covers. So yeah.
What year did Black Flag come out?
2016, 2014.
I was going to make a comment. I was like, are we closer to the Headless or to Black Flag's release as Black Flag is to the Headless Ghoster's release? But yeah, I love that cover
2013.
too. I love that cover too. I was thinking about it the other day, actually, like randomly. Like, well, I guess it was Halloween time, and I saw something that reminded me of this. I was like, oh, that's kind of like the thing from the Headless Ghost. So it's officially become a reference for horror in my mind, which is a good sign. Yeah, good choice. Yeah, that book, I would not buy that for a kid. That is a creepy fucking cover.
Yeah, it's awesome. So what was your number 1?
My number 1, I surprised myself with this because I knew it was going to be one of the Living Dummies, and while I do like 3 because it's got the whole cast and it's kind of comical the way that they're kind of positioned and looking at you like he's a talk show host surrounded by the house band. Night of the Living Dummy 2 has such a creepiness factor, and I didn't pick up on it when we did the episode. I remember actually calling this one meh, but you pointed out something about his head tilt and then looking at the stuff he's behind him and they also got it going on. There's something about that turn that does so much for me. I find it so unsettling. And just the room itself being like this sort of trippy 60s hippie style room through like Jacobus's weird perspective. I don't know what he's doing there. It's kind of, you can't really make out like where the fucking floor is or the wall. But
yeah.
It's in its simplicity. I feel like it strikes such a great tone. I think it's so good.
Even the 2 stuffed animals on the bed next to Slappy are just unsettling because they have very
small pupils.
I know this is a weird thing to say about stuffed animals, but they look very vapid, like they would do anything Slappy says.
Exactly. Yeah. That's true. They look like
I just need you to hold down my slaves for me. Like that would be Slappy.
Yeah, they look like they've already fallen into the trance of becoming his slave. Mm-hmm. So yeah. All right.
Maybe that's why he thinks enslaving children would be easy. He's tried it on stuffed animals, and they're just like, "Okay, Mr. Slappy,
Mr. Slappy,
Mr. Slappy, I'm a bar."
I like we brought the Scarecrow guy back for that little segment there. What was his name? I can't remember his name, but the real dumb Scarecrow guy.
Stanley,
yes. I think that was our voice for Stanley. Oh gosh. Gosh.
Well, if you wanted to go for a swim. Oh yeah, didn't we do like a real slow goofy voice for him basically like
No, I think it was like a high pitched
all right.
Squealy redneck. I don't know, I could be confusing it.
Cuz he had that joke when what's-her-face fell into the lake. He was just like, "Oh, if I known you want to go for a swim, I would have brought a towel." Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh, we were doing like our fucking Don Knotts from that when he was a deputy. I can't remember that show.
Andy Griffith?
Yeah, Andy Griffith.
Oh.
Well, Andy!
Andy.
That's our Stanley is just Don nuts.
There you go. Well, we've got to get into the books now. The books. Of course, we did our own ratings. We did our own ratings during the show, and while we'll compare how it ended up to those. We haven't looked at those, so we'll see how true we are in hindsight. All right. Since you went first on the covers, I'll go first on the books.
Oh, I think we're gonna even out real fast on our bottom 10 here.
Yeah, I think so.
Or
too.
are you gonna surprise me?
No,
it'd be hilarious if you're just like a shocker on Shock Street. It's like that is a shocker. That is a real shocker. Number 10.
It's the worst book, but maybe one of my favorite episodes we've done. It is The Barking Ghost. What a garbage story. What a garbage cover. There's nothing about it I liked, other than making fun of it with you.
Also, it's the second book of the season.
Yeah, I didn't feel good to go there.
Yeah.
So early.
It's just a real... And we'll just cut right to the quick. That was also my least favorite book that we read. Honestly... I'd have to look at the list of books again before I commit to saying it's the worst one we've read so far.
I think it is for me. I think it's easily the worst so far for me.
I might have to reread that stupid fucking Bees book.
Or The Mummy.
Just to see if I'm still... Well, the Mummy books are just boring. That's the thing. It's like... They're not... I don't find them particularly poorly written, except that they're not written in a way that I find interesting.
That is fair. I do think, what is it, Ahmed in the first one, he presents a real threat. I think that pushes that book up a little bit at the very least.
And I do like that Sari's dad was hoodwinked by a real pretty reporter gal.
Mm-hmm.
I did
right.
like that touch.
They're well written. They don't give me the creepies that I want from the series.
Yeah. And also, it's just like, he's the worst fucking dad on the planet. And I hate Sari. Ugh.
It's rough all the way down. But yeah, Barking Ghost number 10. No competition for last place for me of all the Goosebumps books so far.
And we've referenced a couple of the plot elements, but like the biggest thing, I mean, even the ending is just like, fuck it, I'm done. Like, that's what the ending felt like, was R.L. Stine being like, yeah, they're chipmunks. If this doesn't end, if this episode doesn't end with them being chipmunks, I'm gonna be wicked pissed. Just real wicked pissed.
If I don't see boys in dog suits, I will be mad. The whole thing too, them dragging and the parents just being like, well, let's just see where they drag them to.
That's true. Those might be the worst parents.
Easily.
With one scene just letting their children be dragged away by wild dogs.
Well, they just followed them. Also, the girl in the woods is so weird. She just appears. She has no family. She lives with him for the rest of the book. It's insane.
As a chipmunk, too. Like, and that's the other thing.
Her family has no idea.
Oh, God. All they know is they sent their daughter over to stay with this family that just moved to the neighborhood for a weekend. No, she's coming back, but she's going to be completely different. She's going to be a dog person.
I didn't even think about that. The mom and dad of the main character will be sent to prison for disappearing this girl.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's the other thing that we said is like, there's no way whoever they are going to stay as children living in these homes. They're going to skedaddle.
Yeah, for sure.
As soon as possible.
It's not their home.
And so Jesus Christ.
Amazing.
Although they seemed happy enough to stay there and eat. No, they hated liver. That was the. Jesus Christ. And the kid who was like, I'll write them a note.
Oh,
and when they see that is my handwriting.
They recognize my dog handwriting. And then he realizes he can't hold the pen. It's like, bro, come on. Who wrote this? Do you think for that one, Tim Jacobus wrote the book and R.L. Stine drew the cover?
Yes. That makes more sense than anything else. There's at the dinner table thing, they're all going to sit down to eat liver, and the kid is just like, oh, I'll jump on the table and eat all the liver, and then my parents will know it's me because I like liver. Oh, Jesus, Lily.
Oh, you just
licked my elbow.
She's like,
I
you
thought she
talking
was outside still.
You talking about liver?
Oh, so wet. Why are you so wet?
Oh, is it raining out there?
What did you
put a
do?
dog out in the cold rain?
So that's the barking ghost.
Yeah.
Our number 10.
Remembered
Season
fondly,
4.
but hated as an installment.
Such a stupid.
My number 9.
9.
The Headless Ghost.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's way down there, man. It felt like the whole thing about the ghost head being found was weird. And it could have been creepier. Like, they're in a haunted house to some extent, but not a whole lot happens. They just hear voices. I don't know. I didn't care for it at all.
Yeah, this season had a lack of spooky books. Some of them were fucking hilarious on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Like Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes, I thought was hilarious. Also, I just love doing the voice.
Yes.
Barking Ghost was also hilarious. Not intentionally, I'm assuming. But the Headless Ghost, I feel like, was another like light comedy one, where it's mainly just kids dicking with each other. Oh, I should probably phrase that differently. Children fucking with each other. The emphasis and hesitation didn't help.
Nah.
It's just children pranking each other the entire time. Until you get to the last 30 seconds.
The whole thing where the head just kind of comes down, or the guy comes down, takes his head, and he's like, bye, was weird to me. It's like, he's a ghost. Why couldn't he find his own fucking head? He didn't seem like he was too far away from it, you know?
That's just how ghosts work, man. They can't find that shit on their own. They're real stupid. He didn't have his head.
That's fair.
Have you tried to find something without your brain or your eyes or ears?
He had an eternity. He could just, if he systematically made a grid of the place, he could just walk with his arms out like a ghost till he ran into it.
He's not even a Roomba. He can't map out the room. He's got no brain. He'll just keep bumping into things.
Well,
would that be sad? If you were a headless ghost and you spent eternity just being a moron, or your body's just off, dicking around.
Yeah,
and yours trapped. Your head part is trapped wherever it is. Probably asking the same questions you're asking. Why can't I just be back with my head? What are these arbitrary rules that keep me locked up in this chest?
How did the body know to come down and grab the head when they found it then?
Ghost magic.
See, that's what I'm talking about. They're the unspackable.
Ghosts are so much bullshit. I think that's partly why I don't like them, because especially if movies or books don't put down enough ground rules for the ghosts, it gets sloppy fast.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have some rules. Otherwise, it's just like, then you spend the whole movie thinking, like, why didn't they fall through the floor?
Exactly. Yeah.
If you ever think in a ghost movie, why aren't they falling through the floor? The ghost movie has failed you.
Oh, yeah.
Because you shouldn't be thinking about ghosts walking across the floor yet.
Yep. It's a good point.
I can see
anyway,
it.
that's my number 9. That's why I have it low. It didn't ring with me.
All right. Well, my number 9 is The Abominable Snowman of Pasadena.
Whoa!
I had the same problem with Pasadena that you did The Headless Ghost, where it just seemed like a lot of nothing with a lot of nothing being explained. Like Arthur, the Arctic guide who just disappears on them, never to return, like, at all.
I loved him. He was a lot of texture to that. He could have been the source
he was
of
great until he was just gone.
And he could have become a hero at the end. That would have been interesting, but no, they just erased him. Made him look like a wiener. He left that family to die. And a dog. He left a
And
dog
some
to
of his
die.
dogs. Yeah, he doesn't even care enough about his own dogs. He's just like, fuck this. And it's just, I don't know. And the ending where it's just like, the snowman just runs screaming down the street and off into the distance. Right? That's basically all that happens.
I wish when
And
they
then
would
those
have
twins are
gotten-
going to freeze each other, and who gives a fuck if they do? They might not even be twins. I don't even know if they're related.
I wish that when they got back to Pasadena and opened the icebox, it was Arthur in there the whole time.
Yes! Oh,
And he was dead.
God. And it was clearly the dad did it.
Yeah.
But the dad is still talking about the abominable snowman that's in the freezer. And the kids are
yeah.
just like,
Dylan is violently shaking his head with a dead-eyed stare.
oh my God. That is... I do love whenever we come up with better versions of the bad books. Like, The Barking Ghost... We talked about that so much on The Barking Ghost, where it was clear that the girl in the woods was going to be some sort of dog
Yeah.
spirit or a dog herself that was changed into a person because you never saw her parents and she was so mysterious. But then they changed it midstream
It
to
felt like
something
it.
else.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like anyway. That felt like a ghostwriter was not on the same page as R.L. Stein. It's like R.L. Stein started it, and so just like, he'll know what I'm putting down. Can you imagine? He's like, okay, he's going to come back with this charming story about this dog girl who's got a curse on her, and the boy has to help her break the curse, but turns out she's trying to curse him. But instead, the writer's just like, so he wanted the two ghost dogs to walk them into a shack on their hind legs. No.
Nothing scarier
Dude,
than that.
I think the whole story was really just supposed to be the girl was going to do to the little boy what the two dogs did to them instead. And that sounds really rude. But like...
I follow.
Like, I think it was just supposed to be the girl takes the boy to the shack and swaps with him or whatever. Or the dogs are her parents.
Oh, there you go. Why didn't that happen?
And she's just like, let me use your parents. You can live with my family instead. And she's like, what the fuck? They try and feed you liver all the time. He's like, I love liver. Sorry, we're talking about the Barking Ghost again. That's my fault. But
It's all good. It needed to be talked about even more.
what was your number 8?
Okay, my number 8 is Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. I only liked the dads nearly killing each other. That was fun for me. And also...
You and I had a very different list.
Interesting. Also, the son of the neighbor, he cracked me out. He was a bit of a Chris Farley type. But
And I liked how they had their friendship, but they couldn't be friends because their dads were fighting at the time. He's like, sorry, man. I can't beat you up anymore. My dad's mad at you.
my dad's mad at you, and he wants to kill your dog. That's all he talks about is killing your dog. Yeah, I thought it was funny. I think about mischief gnomes more than I'd like to admit. That does pass through my brain often. But that's something you did. That had nothing to do with the book. But it got silly. I still think it's fun. I think it's a fun book. But when I'm rating my Goosebumps books, I'm looking for something that hedges a little bit more on giving me goosebumps. And this was entertaining, but it didn't really satisfy the need for goosebumps.
I can see that. I don't agree with here. The mischief gnomes.
Mischief gnome.
We're just a couple of mischief gnomes. You'll just do mischief with their tiny stumpers.
We got little bit stumpers.
Because I imagine they might have one finger and then tiny little, because they might be pointing.
Oh
But they
yeah.
have little porcelain hands. And their little booted feet with no toes or anything. They just got little stumpers.
They can't pick their nose.
So, I'll say, because we talked about this when we talked about Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes, how Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes felt an awful lot like a Slappy book.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
with
and that's
mischief
another
gnomes.
thing too. Yeah, yeah.
So, I had a different problem, though, with my number 8, which was Night of the Living Dummy number 3.
Ooh.
Which is, it seemed like a step back from Night of the Living Dummy 2, which we'd already gotten at the beginning of this season, and then at the end of the season we got 3. And I don't know, Night of the Living Dummy and 3 just left me kind of cold. Like the whole rivalry with the little shitty kid, and the whole thing is like, oh, you sent Slappy off to live with him. Ugh. Which I appreciate. That's my kind of ending. But the rest of it just was kind of like, you've done this 2 other times in the last 10 books. And I enjoyed the lawn gnomes better than seeing Slappy again. So that was part of it for me. Was I enjoyed the dynamics with the dads and stuff, and the interactions with the kids, versus like Night of the Living Dummy 3 also kind of had like, I guess the third kid was less aggressively. He was a fucking weirdo though.
What do you do?
The cousin in Night of the Living Dummy 3, who was just like
taking pictures of
Uncle Dave, or whatever the uncle's name was. I like everything you like. It's like he's got some weird fixation on his uncle, and I don't know. That might make me like it more. But yeah, for me, it was kind of like, I kind of liked what Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes did better than this. And I liked what Night of the Living Dummy 2 did better than this. So it kind of makes it hard for me to rate 3 higher in the season. And honestly, we're already rapidly getting to the point where I don't hate any of these books. The problem with this season for me is it's very, the Barking Ghost excluded, obviously.
Yeah, I was like, well, hold up now. Okay.
Like, there weren't a lot of highs. Like, there's always maybe one high for me, like a high for me. But there's only one real low for me, and everything else kind of could jostle around a little bit. After, from 7 and on, it's a kind of my mood.
Yeah,
kind of how my mood is.
Yeah, even while we've sat here, I've shifted a few in position, so it's fluid for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get to it when we get to my number 6. But immediately before the podcast, you mentioned something being in another book. I was like, I have to switch it. I have to switch things around. So yeah, like it's because at this point, sometimes it is just like the one joke or the one element that really later gets me laughing, or like I find unsettling.
Yeah, it's true, because I always try to like parse out like, what did I think of the book, not what did I think of how much fun we had in the podcast, or what was the one funny part of the book, the book as a whole. And I get in my own way with that, but I'm trying to be as pure as, like, if I were ever going to reread these, what order would I reread them in, is kind of like what I'm trying to think of it as. But yeah, okay, so it was your 7?
That was my 8.
Oh, that was
your 7.
Okay, my 7 is that old snowman of Pasadena. I liked Arthur a lot, and we talked about it. I wish he had stuck around a little bit, and also I wish that the snowman himself had some more defined rules. I couldn't really figure out what his deal was. So he turning things into snow. Sometimes he wasn't. Other times it was weird. But I do like an Arctic adventure. I do like a being out in the survival. I like that atmosphere a little bit. I don't know. I think the setting, just going to Alaska, maybe just I like Alaska. I'd go to Pasadena too. 2 wonderful places I'd visit. I mean, maybe I just want to go on vacation when I read this one.
I mean, that's kind of how the kids treat the whole trip as well. They're just like, yeah, we finally get to see snow.
Oh my god! You did remind me though, when you started talking. You reminded me like, the episode. There's a part where you're reading the section where they're eating dinner at this restaurant, and in between each he said, she said, you say, Arthur takes another bite of spaghetti. Dude, almost wrecked my car listening to that the other day. It was hilarious, because I remember at the point you were reading it, I was looking at my book, I was like, damn, his version's way different, and you kept going until It was like your sixth spaghetti before I finally got the joke. I was like, oh my God, he's making it up.
So my number 7 is How I Got My Shrunken Head. Okay. Yeah. I think it's funny because this is also a travelogue book. I feel like it's very similar to Abominable Snowman in a lot of ways. Like, kid starts off in normal suburbia, gets dragged off to some elsewhere place that they really want to go to. Because he wanted that jungle magic, and the kids in Pasadena really wanted to see snow, and they're very excited. Yeah. And hijinks ensue, and then they come on back home. Although it's different with the Pasadena. But it's another travelogue book. It's like Deep Trouble or whatever. He just picks a new location. So, I didn't hate anything about it. Except how often they said jungle magic. And how contorted some of the logic with things. But I also love real human adults as villains, because that is way scarier to me than monsters. Like I was saying in the first Mummy book, Ahmed was terrifying. Or even in Deep Trouble, the grad student. Like, he turned out to be like a real bad dude. So I do like How I Got My Shrunken Head has the villains. And the fact that they have a kid, like the villains have a child, is really fucked up in a way. And like, she gets punished at the end too. Like, remember, because her dad is the bad guy and her aunt is the other bad guy. And she kind of gets bewitched at the end. And all three of them run off into the jungle.
I kind of forgot how that one ended, to be honest. Why? That's interesting.
Because they talk about jungle magic 5 times in one paragraph.
So much jungle, so much magic.
That was, but like, it's not perfect, but it had enough moments in there. And I was that kind of weird kid that would be like, yeah, I feel like a fucking shrunken head. I love shrunken heads. I had a fucking voodoo doll that I bought off of eBay in middle school. So
very cool. What if the book were titled How I Got My Jungle Magic? Do you think that would have been better?
I feel like that would have had a different cover.
Yeah. All right. My numero seis is Living Dummy 3. So you covered most of why I also agree it's down in this region. It kind of hit mid. It didn't do anything that I like that the dummy does, which is insult people. He didn't bring that attitude. It missed out on that.
Oh, we didn't get to do our Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah,
we only had a few lines of dialogue. He barely even talked, much less did his jokes.
That's true. Yeah, and the whole
man, you made me hate it more. I mean, like now I feel more secure keeping it as a number 8 now.
That's fair. Yeah. Part of me just likes that this trilogy has been at least above average through and through. I feel like the rest of the sequels have really had hips and dips. These have been pretty consistent. Even though 3 falls a little bit flat, it's still like better than your average Goosebump, I would say. But I am getting a little bit over you pointed out earlier with the, I guess the gnomes, that same kind of like bratty, mystical sidekick that's always kind of in your head. That seems to be reused a lot. And that's all the dummy and the headless ghost or not headless ghost, the gnomes are and things like that. So, but anyway, middle of the road.
And for me, the pure middle of the road is the headless ghost, which actually was a little higher.
Yeah, you knocked it down.
Until our conversation earlier. You knocked Headless Ghost down, actually, just by talking up the next book.
My bad.
No, that's good. So the Headless Ghost, because I agree with you, it's definitely like a lighter book, but it also has like dead children in it. It ends with like the owners of the museum also being dead and giving them one last tour, which I thought was a cool twist on the whole, because sometimes the twists, Barking Ghost, don't. You can tell we've picked the right worst book when we keep referencing that book as just kicking it while it's down. And just like, yeah, you fucking suck, don't you? You stay down there.
That book was a rough one.
But yeah, the things that I liked more, I think, about it were the patter between the kids. Those fucking kids were weird, haunting the neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
But also those kids were a lot like, had my kind of interest. I would have probably been fascinated if there was a haunted house tour literally in my neighborhood. I like when the kids are actually like little spooker freaks too, because they're not always like into spooky stuff. They just happen to be around spooky things. Like Evan does not like Monster Blood at all. Evan hates Monster Blood.
Not a fan.
It's just that poor kid. I can't believe there's another one of those books still. That poor fucking kid. He's gone, 2 years of a very formative period of his life filled with terror. And during puberty, all that up and down growing shit has to be fucking with him.
That's no good.
But yeah, so it's hard to talk about this area of the list because it's just like, yeah, it was solidly in the middle.
Right.
That's all I got for you.
Middle. Yeah, I agree with that. Mine right down the middle, Shrunken Head. I don't know if we mentioned just how terrible well, we already mentioned how bad the adults were, but the parents in general, the mom, I'm honing in on, is being like, sure, random lady that brought a head to my son, take him to a different country. That's cool. I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm not even going to call my sister first to make sure that you know her and that this is a real thing. I'm not going to, no. I'm just going to let you go. I was like, holy shit. That stood out to me. But the rest of the book was kind of meh. In fact, I don't even exactly remember how it ended.
Sorry, I was just seeing if I was going to flip things around. Shrunken Head ended... Oh, wait, we already went over there. Yeah, no, I think I've talked enough about it already, too, but...
All right.
Although you liked it more than I did, apparently.
Yeah. So I don't know why, but I did. Trust me. I mean it. Whatever I put, it's the gospel. That's just
well, it's kind of like I'm saying, it's like it's a bunch of standard solid hitters. Yeah, then that's it. Because I don't think our top anything's going to be the same. We might have a couple because we're both missing a couple of things at this point.
Yeah, that's exciting.
But you've already mentioned my number 2.
Oh fuck!
On your end, yeah. So my number 5. I'm going to shock you.
Oh.
Not a Living Dummy 2.
Oh, I thought you were fucking bringing the shocker thing.
Oh, no. I'm not going to shock you.
That would have been genius.
You don't have any pink yet.
Yeah, well, I got brown. No, that is interesting that you went mid on this. Explain yourself.
I mean, you could call it mid, or you could call it top 5. You know,
Fair.
5th in the top 5. Also mid. But... I don't know. The first Night of the Living Dummy, it's kind of it's a way step back from the first Night of the Living Dummy in terms of insanity and the plot. I liked a lot about it. And I'm thinking in another time I might switch this with my number 3. But we'll see. But again, I think this season suffered by having 3 books that had a very similar plot dynamic of inanimate object fooling parents, and like this one had some great moments. It was specifically when you're talking about Dennis, who is a dummy living in the house who surprisingly turns out not to just be also alive, but also be a fucking fighter. And murders Slappy by cracking his skull open, which is amazing.
This is probably one of my favorite endings.
So, and the fact that the parents were brought in on it, like, I love that. Like, the ending alone kind of pulls this one up the list for me. And maybe, like, once we get further along and I look back on, like, because it's going to be hell to rank all 64?
62.
62 of these? In, like, any kind of order.
It'll be fun. I'll have to go back and read some cliff notes before we do that, but that'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, luckily we have everything scripted out.
That's true.
We have our own cliff notes. But yeah, so that's kind of why it's like middle of the road for me.
All right. My number 4 is, and so now we're getting to the top part of the list here. Shocker on Shock Street is my number 4. I think when we were talking about it, I felt like it disappointed me when I read it, but once we talked about it some, I really started to appreciate it more. I think it goes pretty hard with a lot of the like the ride scares like you would get in a Horrorland, in a way. He kind of had that freedom to just kind of go through a gauntlet of different scary things, and so you get a lot of that. You get, there's wolf crabs, there's werewolves, there's, I think, tons of bats. There's all kinds of fun little things going on, and there, you can kind of get the sense of being, trapped down in this scary thing. You're told not to leave or whatever. And you're just kind of trusting that the ride's going to take care of itself, and then you start to lose that trust. And like, what do you do? Do you stay down there and trust the adults are going to save you, or do you get out despite them warning you not to under no circumstance and see if you can find your way out? So, I don't know. I thought that it was some tense moments. I still am befuddled about the ending. I don't know if I like that they were robots or not. I think that took away from it, but maybe also made it more interesting. I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it.
The ending, that might be the difference between you and me, because I'll spoil it now just because it is next.
Okay.
But my number 3 is A Shocker on Shock Street. So I'll just tag in and say I really love the ending, and that's kind of why I made that my number 3, is because the fact that they're robots and don't even know it, that they're also basically part of this theme park that they're testing and everything, makes it so much
bleaker,
because they think they're living children. They think that this is their dad, and like, it's really upsetting. It's kind of like the ending to the dog one Bad Hair Adventure, right? That was
Bad Hair Day or something like that. My Hairiest Adventure.
My Hairiest Adventure, right? Because Bad Hair Day is the one with the magician's rabbit, I think.
I think that's the first one next season, actually.
Yes, it is. I think that's the only reason I remember it, because I just read the thing for it. But so that's why Shocker on Shock Street actually jumped to 3 for me. But I think because I like the rest of it too. It's like a cool twist on the theme park thing.
Now that you mentioned the ending, I do like that, like Philip K. Dick style way to go at it there. I think, you convinced me to like the ending. I don't think it pushes it further up my list, but I've come to terms with how the ending goes. All right.
Because on the one hand, you could be like, oh, so they weren't in danger at all the whole time, but it just makes it sad.
That was kind of where I was at, but when you said they don't know that they're robots, it did kind of click for me, like, well, yeah, I guess they are still empathetic, like, or at least I can still be empathetic to them, because I don't know that I'm not a robot, Jesus. All right, my number 3 is...
No, I have to do my number 4.
Oh, you switched.
See that? I skipped
it.
the list.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I swapped it. Okay, just to continue the conversation.
I got you. No, it's fair.
It was such a natural connective thing. But so we'll backtrack a little bit to my number 4.
That's good.
I feel like if your number 3 happens to be this book, that'd be magical. But I don't know. Haunted Mask 2 is my number 4.
It is. We just whippy swapped.
Oh, that's funny. So we have completely different number 2s in the same number 1. So my Haunted Mask 2, I think for me, because I'm always like being, my preference is scared, then horrified, and then laughter. Like those are the 3 things I look for in a Goosebumps to leave me. Like, if it leaves me scared, that's good. If it leaves me horrified, like with My Hairiest Adventure, where you're just like, oh god, it's just a bunch of childless couples who wanted kids and they turned dogs into kids, and it's just Jesus Christ. Jesus.
What have you
Or
done?
the dead ghosts on the beach, or the dead children who just wanted friends and then got captured in a cave for eternity. Jesus Christ. I love to get stuck in the heart with that kind of shit.
I mean, it does help. It gives it some gravitas.
But Haunted Mask 2 was funny. Like, all the scenes with Steve getting just traumatized by a soccer team, and then at the end of it, he doesn't even get revenge on them because he's so pathetic as the old man that they just take sympathy on him and they take pity on him. Like, I love that. And I love the fact that he was Carly Beth's bully in the last book and did some awful things to her. And it seems like this book just continued his punishment.
Yeah, that's
Like,
a good point.
So, again, I'm going to keep it at 4, but I don't like it as much as the original Haunted Mask. But I think this did a good job of doing the same story, but feeling like an entirely different story. You know, it's a kid who gets a mask stuck to their face, but he has an entirely different adventure that isn't the same as all his Carly Beth's from last year. Like, he didn't snap and start assaulting people in the street. He just got feeble.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think I agree with everything you said. The funny parts were funny. I do like that the bullies get the comeuppance. They become like the dunces in the book, even though he's the protagonist. The soccer shit's great, dude. Love that. Those 6-year-olds were probably one of the scarier things we read about this season.
They annihilated his foot,
dude. That soccer
with
ball thing,
a concrete
soccer
ball
rock.
painted like a soccer ball.
That's rough, dude. That's rough. Those are broken toes. But I also like
the whole thing.
We only found like one big blemish on the continuity, which was the duck costume thing. Otherwise, though, I do like how we got the protagonist in it seemed to recognize the previous book more than I think even Monster Blood kind of. It seemed like R.L. Stine kind of threw away a lot of the details for when he wrote the sequels, but for these, you know, we're like the next year, we're getting a lot of the same characters that are referencing the exact same events from last year, so I did like that about it as well. But yeah, that's why it's my number 3.
All right.
So do I need to go 2 in a row now?
I guess I could do my number 2.
Okay.
Especially since it's one you've already talked. Well, obviously it's one you've talked about already. But my number 2. Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes.
Mischief Gnomes.
Oh, and I know what your number 2 is. It's fun. See, I feel like you and I each picked our favorite of the Thing Comes Alive and Gets Children in Trouble books.
Yeah.
Like, I love the Lawn Gnomes one, and I feel like you might have liked the Dummy. But I think it is funny that we basically each have
for the
our
most
own
part.
favorite of that subgenre of Goosebumps book. But yeah, we talked about it, and I talked about it, my feelings about it when Trav mentioned it as number 8. But I think it's a hilarious book. And
it is funny.
I think it's a very solidly funny book.
Very cartoon-like. I feel like it was. Yeah, it wasn't really so much in the spirit of scaring you. It was just kind of like, I don't know, just being fun. Who's scared?
Like, I'm just like, yep, just being fun.
It's
Ugh.
just think it back to
hate
the little bastards down in the basement crawling out of.
And then they're just like, let's stretch them, let's fold them. Jesus
Christ. They went hard on that shit. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh yeah, they were gonna murder those children also. And like, if you want to sell me on a Goosebumps book, murder some kids.
Hell yeah. All right, and then my number 2, you predicted it already. It is Night of the Living Dummy 2. It's all about Dennis for me, man. He elevates it. I didn't see that coming, and it didn't end like in some other ridiculous way. A few of the endings in this book left me a little unsatisfied, but this one was like, oh fuck yeah, dude! Like, we don't get a violent comeuppance in a Goosebumps book ever. It's always something mystical or something weird, or someone just disappears. But here we get a villain that's physically defeated, and is by the most unsung of heroes. So I thought that was awesome.
Dennis. It is funny, although it was Mr. Wood, I guess, in the original Night of the Living Dummy, who gets the violent end. The ventriloquist dummies get wrecked usually.
Actually, you're right, yeah.
Mr. Wood got steamrolled.
That's right.
But Night of the Living Dummy 3, it'd be great, because there's a fourth one. Is there a fourth one?
Is there a fourth one?
I don't think so.
Sure.
Maybe there's just 4 Monster Bloods. If there's a fourth one, it could just follow his adventures with the cousin. The shitty cousin that
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome. I don't think there's another one. I used to know by heart, but now I'm in too deep. I can't recall specifics. No, there's a Monster Blood 4. That's the only 4. So that's how we sent Slappy off there. But yeah, that's where I'm at. No, that was my number 2.
And I did like in the third one, they glued his head back together. Like they mentioned, like, oh yeah, his head was split open.
Yeah,
like,
that was
nice callback. But our number 1.
Yeah, we share a number 1. If you'd have told me when we did that episode that this will end up being the best book of the season, I might have felt a little disappointed. But when I look back on that book, it was really fun. Like the whole eeriness of the car separating and the kids ending up somewhere and kind of falling into this cult. Even though the ending was the silliest, I think, by far, and normally I don't fall for that, it was still so detailed and like it didn't feel like a cop-out. Like it felt like he put a lot of thought into
snails dropping off
all
King Jelly Jam. Ugh.
Sweating snails, dude. It made me, I don't know, it was filled with just very imaginative concepts and ideas, and so it had me thinking a lot, which I guess is maybe why it's so stuck in my brain.
Yeah, it had a good mix of horrifying elements while being like pretty much just a dark comedy with this uber competitive camp just to see who's going to be the best at cleaning off King Jelly Jam. Which just seems like just all the kids. Just put all the kids down there, and then you don't need like the best kids.
Yeah, what the hell?
But I guess then you burn through them too quickly.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I like that. Now, I feel like R.L. Stine's at his best, at least for me, when he surrounds the kids with adults that they can't trust or that you don't trust and they might trust. Like it's kind of understated or something. I find that to be
like the camp counselors and
like the kids were clearly trusting them, but as I'm reading it, I'm like, no, red flag, and I think he does that really well, and that really does get me more than like somebody having a cliffhanger because somebody touched their shoulder. Give me an adult that I can't trust in a Goosebumps book, and I'm like, oh shit, oh no,
or a car exploding.
That's crazy. That is crazy. So, Jelly Jam is...
I think I liked it
the champ.
For a lot of the same reasons.
Were you surprised, like, if like I said, like, if after we read that one, it's like, yeah, this is going to be the best we get all season. It's going to be your favorite. Would you have been like, oh, that'd be great. I love this one.
I did love it from the jump, especially after we finished talking about it. That definitely solidified it as being a good one to me. Maybe, actually, because it kind of gave me Welcome to Horrorland vibes.
Yeah.
Like, and how it was written and how it was paced and how we reacted to it. So it kind of gave me like, oh, this one feels like this is going to end up in the top 3.
Yeah.
I will say I was getting a little dismayed as we went along. And then it's funny because as we went, it's just like, oh, we're not getting another Grand Slam. We're not getting another homer. We're just getting like, some good production, like on the base paths. Like we got like a couple doubles, triples. But I kept looking for those but then looking at it after the fact, it's like, no, we did pretty good actually. There's only like a couple that I'm like, I never want to read that again.
I mean, even the Barking Ghost, I would probably read again just because I'm like, I can't believe it was so fucking bad. I kind of want to try it again to see if it's still that fucking bad. All right, I got our ratings from the year proper, and I just resorted them. So We were at 86% was our average. You know, I did 6 out of 7. I do out of 7s. Dylan does randoms. So we both were really high on that one, 86%. Clear winner here by far. And then the next one, 70% during the episodes, Night of the Living Dummy 2. I was steadfast with that. That was my number 2. Dylan booted it way down there to number 5.
Yeah.
My goodness. Shocker on Shock Street was our number 3 collectively during the season, 69%. Nice book. It was your number 3. I punted it down to 4.
But then Haunted Mask was 4.
Haunted Mask, you were right on with the 4 there, and I bumped it up 3. We did the swippity swap there. I got them averaged out. Got them averaged out. All right, so we combined for an 86 on Horror and Jelly Jam, which is a clear number 1 for us there. You have to go down to a 70. You're dropping 16 points for Night of the Living Dummy 2, which agreed with me. You had it way down there. You had it in the mids, number 5.
Well, you can see who dropped the 16 points off that score.
Yeah.
It's definitely me.
It was definitely you. Shocker on Shock Street, 69%. Nice. It was number 3 for you, number 4 for me. We flippity-flopped on the Haunted Mask 2. It was a 64%.
I don't like that a shocker is 69%.
I do like it.
That's just too much. That's too much.
That's too
it's
sexy.
Too much.
Too sexy
Yes,
for
it's too
Goosebumps.
sexy of a book.
Night of the Living Dummy 3, we combined for 60% during the episode, which put it at number 5. It was number 6 for me, number 8
ranked
for
it
you.
both a little lower.
Yeah, we dropped it a little bit more in hindsight. 58.3% Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes coming in at number 6 for us. 8 for me, 2 for you. You felt real good about it. Did you feel good about it in the episode proper?
Yeah.
Let me look back here. What were you doing over there?
I probably did.
Let's see. What the fucking name was the book? Oh, Lawn Gnomes. You were 4 out of 6. I was a
that's pretty
3.5, so I was about 50%. You were 66%. All right, sure. 55% Abominable Snowman was 7. That was spot on for me. You dropped it a little more. How I Got My Shrunken Head was next. You bumped that up a little bit, 6. I had it at 5, and I'm still conflicted about that. We'll see. We might have put that one too high. I don't know. The Headless Ghost at 50. I didn't like it. My number 9.
I mean, I had Shrunken Head at 7, so I was more on top of the Jungle Magic.
Yeah.
You liked it more for some weird reason.
I guess so. I do like Jungle Magic. The Headless Ghost, I was 9. You had it a little higher. And then the Barking Ghost. We don't like Ghost, apparently. The Barking Ghost, 21%, really far down there, and we both had that dead goddamn last. And so, there you go.
I do like the color gradient. It's very nice. The Barking Ghost, man, just plunged.
Dude, just terrible book. Fun to talk about. Terrible to read. All right. Well, that's our recap. So now we got to watch, speaking of the Barking Ghost, was that a segue? Were you setting that up and I whiffed? We're going to watch it. And then we'll come back and tell you if it's better than the book. And it's got to be, right?
It better be. It better be. Otherwise...
Ha! Sheet on it.
Do you like video games, movies, vinyl records, imbibing a drink or two? I'm Pam, and together with my friend Michelle, we host the Point and Drink Adventure podcast. Join us for discussions about wine and cocktail history, the movies we've been watching, and the games we've been playing. Check out Point and Drink Adventure on YouTube for the video podcast, or look us up on the podcast app of your choice. Cheers!
Oh, you can see the chipmunk at the doorway of the changing. Holy shit. How does the show keep being better?
That was way better, dude. Way better.
That wasn't good.
Nah. But
It was still stupid.
It was better than the damn book. I mean, we started out, we got the intro with the 2 pirates going into not a shed. Shed that never really made sense anyway, because I was always thinking, couldn't anybody just walk into this shed? And then what would happen to them? You know?
Well, and also supposedly because in the book I think it was like 200 years, but it's like a standing wood ship. You're right. Like it would, god damn, just be sitting out there. So in the book, we never knew who the two dogs were. It was just two people who got transformed or swapped with these two dogs, and we don't know anything about them. On the show, we start off with seeing two pirates, and again, I'm liking the synchronicity with the pirates right now because I'm totally into Black Sail.
Sure. Black Flag.
Black Flag. Thank you. I knew I was going to get it wrong no matter how many times I said it. They are being pursued by men with dogs. The dogs track them, knock them into the changing tree, which changes them with the dogs. Fine, whatever. They explain it briefly. They're like, "That's just an old superstition. We know to hide." It made sense why it happened that way.
Mm-hmm.
It was a perfect explanation.
I thought it was great. I loved it. Just having the pirates alone, had a ripple effect throughout the whole episode that elevated everything, made everything better.
Once they determined who the villains were, because then what happens is you get the changeover, like it pretty much plays out like it does in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper meets Fergie. They meet the two dogs. The dogs lead them to the changing tree in this case. They get changed. The dogs, as kids, run back to the parents and are filthy and eat like dirty men who haven't eaten in 300 years. And at one point, Mickey, the older brother, is going to take a pickle from Cooper, and Cooper stabs at the pickle with his fork, and it's just like, "Try to steal my food again, and you'll take back a bloody stump."
Oh, I love that. That was hilarious.
It was great. The fact that we got to see them as characters themselves, like being sinister pirates, and there's no bullshit with the kids being like, "Oh, I'm going to try and write out my name." It's literally just cause some ruckus, and they get the pirates to follow them. It's not even their plan, really. They just leave, and the pirates are chasing them to have them put to sleep. Because Mickey's like, calls the pound. He's like, "We're going to call the pound so they can be put to sleep." And the pirates are like, "Fuck yeah, let's kill those dogs." And Mickey's like, "Yeah, let's kill those dogs."
I know.
It's funny because it's like Mickey seems to be like, "Oh, finally, my brother's cool and he wants to kill dogs with me." Mickey. Because Mickey always seemed like a sociopath.
A little bit.
Like his
he's a little
pranks
unhinged.
in the book were just beating the shit out of his brother or waiting for hours for his brother to stumble across him under his bed or in his closet. Like, Mickey wasn't funny. Mickey was scary.
Yeah, he's a little intense.
But, so the pirates as children are looking for the children to make sure that they can get caught and killed. And instead they get knocked into the changing tree again by the dogs, along with Mickey. Kids swap back into the normal bodies. But then Mickey is put into a chipmunk body. And we get to see Mickey stuffing acorns into his cheeks. And his cheeks were all puffed up with acorns. And a tiny little chipmunk being like, "God damn it!" And you hear the Goosebumps theme squeaked out like a chipmunk.
Oh, yeah.
A chipmunk. It was like,
cute.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
I did like the ending because I thought for sure they were just going to have the chipmunk walk out of the hole and like do a cheap voiceover. But the fact that they let Mickey come out and you're at first like, "Oh, did nothing?"
Who was the best actor on the show?
Oh, for sure. You see him come out of the hole and you're like, "Oh, did nothing happen to him?" But then he starts acting all chipmunk-like, all squirrely. Yeah, it's very good.
It's such a better... they did such a good job, because even while we were watching it, at one point it's like, bro, there's too much story left for how much episode there is. But no, there was the perfect amount of story left. That was part of the problem with the book, too, is I think it was just way too padded with nonsense. Like, I'm going to try and write my name or message to my mom so she'll recognize my handwriting.
I'm going to eat liver so they'll know it's me and not a dog. Also, we got an explanation from Fergie. Did she say that the people from his house that he moved into disappeared, and so did their dogs. Was that part of the book? I always thought that was kind of nebulous.
She was just fucking with him, though. I think she was just.
That's right.
That was yeah.
At least they kept that part in there, I guess.
Yeah, maybe there were stories about the ghost dogs, because there were ghost dogs. So maybe she just added that in there as being part of, like, you know. Or maybe the ghost dogs did chase off the last family, because the last family was like, what the fuck is going on with these ghost dogs? But nothing, like, they didn't get the switch over, because, like, honestly, Fergie and Cooper were pretty stupid.
Yeah, they fell into the trap.
Yeah.
First in 200 years to fall into the trap. Also, we got a great line from
imagine,
Mickey.
too, like, how long before they built that housing development in that swamp?
Oh, yeah.
Because they were out in the middle of nowhere when those pirates were running around. And then now it's a suburban housing development in Vancouver.
We also got a great line from Mickey when he hears Cooper downstairs. Need you to lay off the late night grape juice. That's a good one.
Because Cooper was acting a little crazy.
Acting a little silly. But yeah, that was it. Well, I will admit part of me really wanted to somehow be confronted with an episode that was worse than the book, and I would get to laugh at bad special effects, and I would get to see dogs walking children to their doom in a shed. But instead, I got a way better story. So look at that.
I kind of want to go back and, like, look at all of the worst ofs and see, like, because even in the episodes that we liked, they changed things that made them better.
Yeah.
Like Haunted Mask, they changed some stuff with how, like, the head worked and how the storekeeper was involved with the masks and stuff. Because it was weird in the book, like, it's like, I made super ugly evil faces. And now they hate people. I don't get it. And I think the show just had a better explanation for them. But because did we watch Why I'm Afraid of Bees?
No, I don't think so.
For a second season?
Don't think we did.
No, we didn't. No, I'm thinking of how Stein Tingler's fixed.
Oh yeah,
Why I'm Afraid of Bees. That fixed that.
That's true. Yeah. I was just actually thinking back though to the episodes that we've done so far, and I don't necessarily have that information handy at my fingertips, but I do remember Welcome to Dead House being one of them, and Haunted Mask.
Oh yeah. That was our second season. Our first season was Welcome to Dead House. Then.
So what was last?
Yeah, because
season?
Haunted House must have been second season.
So what did we watch last time? Cuckoo Clock.
Last time. Oh yeah, Cuckoo Clock of Doom. Because we want to see if they're going to murder a child, and they did. They did.
Yeah.
But I was looking through the episodes. Have you seen what the camera looks like in Say Cheese or Die? Say Cheese and Die?
No.
I always want to give them an option. Just like, or die. Say Cheese or Die.
People are like,
it's weird looking. It doesn't look like a camera. It looks like a Cronenberg kind of thing. Hold on. I got you a picture. All right, there you go. Look at that.
What the fuck?
Right? That's not a camera.
That's not what I expected at all. That's in the show?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I was in the... Oh, and there was another thing. My best friend's invisible. My best friend is invisible. It looks like one of those glitches from like a PS2 game.
Oh my god. Yeah.
What is that?
That's crazy. Wait, what is this from?
My best friend is invisible. We haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't remember this at all. And thankfully. Yeah, that reminds me.
I mean, I remember it from my dreams. I was wondering why you were posting pictures of my dreams.
It looks like the dad of the Quizno mascots.
Yes. That is accurate.
Equino subs. Man, good times. All right. Well, we did it, man. We wrapped up another season, and we have At least 2 more to go, depending on what we do with those straggling too at the end. But we'll come back with any luck. We'll come back to a Bad Hair Day. We'll get some Stein Tingers in there too. We got some time.
Oh yeah, we still have our proper bonus episodes.
Yeah. We spritz them in through winter and spring, and then we come back with a hot summer of Goosey Bumps.
So you can tell us how OJ's doing.
Yeah, I might move on to something else. I don't know. I've been
in
thinking
summer of
about
1996. I would really hope so.
Yeah,
gonna be
we'll have
96
to see.
now.
You know, I might have to see what Nancy Kerrigan and the girls are up to. We'll see. We'll see. But until then, folks, thanks for listening to our podcast. You can email us at wegotgoosebumpspodcast@gmail.com. You can reach out to us on the Blueskis at Say Cheese and Pod. You can join Patreon.
You can even
we got
support
Patreon.
this show. Hey, you don't let me do any of them now. You can support the show or the other shows on the Polykill Network on Patreon at www.patreon.com/polykill. And then Travis is going to read the back of the book. Good night, everybody.